So y'all, when it comes to console trade-ins, you know, the wild ride, thank you Tiberius for the 5 months in a row. The wild ride here is going to be the fat PS2s, because fat PS2s had that hard drive expansion bay in the back, you know.
No one knew what the
Then no one knew what it was for.
Except for putting dirt.
But boy, the people happily pushed it in there. So I'm gonna let Joey go first. I want to spoil all the good ones here. So what are things you found in fat PS2s for trade-in?
Roaches. Not the good
Not
roaches.
wait.
I'm talking the type of roaches where I have to take every PS2 trade that I get, bring it in the back room, shrink wrap it, put it in a box, tape that box, then go the next morning and look at the corpses. That is the usual large PS2. The second thing, and this isn't necessarily what you find in it, but this is where the PTSD is gonna come in. Get a large PS2 and the laser doesn't work quite right. You know, they stop reading those blue bottom discs, those black bottom discs, most PS1 discs. What else? Oh, the gold bottom discs that God of War was on. And, you know, we were generous at a time to trade in prices, but they were never good. So you would get about maybe $40 in its prime for a PS2 large before the Slims came out. Now, rule number 1, test every colored disc in that son of a bitch, because if it's broken, you eat it. Your store loses out on not the $40, on whatever the retail value of the device is. So if it's sold for $79, you lose $79 instead of $40. So anyway, these boys would come in. First thing you do, you could cut out pretty much 70% of your 75% of your large PS2 trades just immediately. You just put that blue disc in there.
Put that blue bottom in there. Put in that Devil May Cry 1.
Put that bitch in.
If it didn't
turn
load,
it on. It doesn't load. Now this is where the fun begins. You then inform the customer that their PS2 is not working.
Don't work.
And I can't sell it to another person because they're not going to have access to a big majority of the games available to them.
What the fuck you mean don't work, bro? What the fuck you mean, bro? That shit work, man. I was playing Midnight Club 2 and that shit the other day. What the fuck you mean don't work, bro? Fuck you mean, why you lying, bro?
Sir, please, if you would notice right here, this disc is differently colored than this disc. The lens, yours, is incapable of reading this disc. Therefore, it is broken. If it was not broken, I could play any game that I want to. But with it broken, I must charge you a refurb fee, which is the repair fee for us, which is usually half the price, which is $20. And on top of that, this man may be wanting cash, which is 20% less. Now, it's not 20% less after the refurb fee. No. It's 20% before the refurb fee. So they get fucked out of the $40 value, 20% rather than the 20. So they're losing even more money. And half these people can't count to fucking 10. And we know they don't understand broken and working. So how the hell am I supposed to tell and get across to these people, your shit's bunk, go the fuck home, I can't help you? Or I can give you $20 and you can piss off and go buy something else.
Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. So you're going to get 40 in-store credit for your PS2, but there's a refurb fee because you can't read Devil May Cry 1. So that takes off about 15 to 20 bucks off it. So you're looking at more around the 25 mark, right? And then when you want cash, 20% less. So you're probably around around $16 to $18 cash for free PS2.
Then you gotta have your ID. How many motherfuckers don't have IDs?
sir. This is essentially a pawn shop here. I'm going to need some kind of like credentials to prove that you're you in case this is reported as lost or stolen. So I need your ID so I can document that you traded this game in.
Oh Lord.
What you need my ID for, bro?
The 30-day hold.
Oh, what you mean, bro? I need my ID. Well, man, I supposed some cash, bro. Yeah, I know. That's why I need your ID, dude. So yeah, that would happen. But yeah, the point is, yeah, so yeah, Joey's not wrong here. I was trained properly. I want you all to know, if any of you ever bought a used console from GameStop, I would there's a couple things I would do here. First off, here, one is that I was trained properly to test everything thoroughly to make sure you play the whole spectrum of games. Particularly, fat PS2s had a very fragile laser, if I recall correctly. So, as Joey said here, I would test out gold bottom, blue bottom, black bottom, and is the gold bottom dual layer DVDs? I would do God of War 2 because I know that for sure that was when I was going to be like a fickle one, if you will. So I would test every DVD I can to make sure it would work. That way, you know, because you know if it's on my shift, because mind you, whenever you take in a console trade, whatever employee did that, their initials were on the sticker, the price tag, so you can see who took it in, who fucked it up. So whenever this like Cheeto dust covered piece of shit Xbox 360 that doesn't run very well
With the non-control.
with like a third party controller got accepted in, I look at them like, all right, well, who took this in? You know what I see? When I see fucking Wade's goddamn initials, I'm just like, this motherfucker didn't play test it, didn't clean it, didn't demand they clean it, has the wrong controller. I'm mad. I'm mad, dude. I'm fucking mad. It got to a point where if I was selling used consoles, I wouldn't sell to them unless I could open up first. When I saw a sealed box, I'm like, I don't know who took this in, dude. I'm gonna open it and test myself here. I would not sell you a used 360 or used PS2 or any used console without me first opening it and testing it in front of you. That way you knew what you were getting. I wanted the confidence to know that you were getting at least a competent, functional product on the used end. But go ahead.
Oh, those the towel trick Xboxes, they can't pull that shit with me. I'm a technician. I know shit. I would fucking check those boys
the tower
hard
trick?
with the towel trick.
Oh,
if you wrapped them in the towel and you would heat it up, what it would do is it would cause the soldered parts that would break to resolder temporarily, and then if you put enough stress on it without the towel, they would recrack within 15-20 minutes, like easily, and that would just be putting heat on it. Also, the only way they could kind of hard trick you is if they would take the pennies and wrap them in electrical tape, and you could put the pennies down to add pressure, and then also sometimes fix the red ring of death. And a lot of people didn't know that and would get caught and taking broken shit and get fucked.
Now, on that note here, speaking of the red ring of death, do you mind telling us a little bit about because I tell chat, and it's weird now because this was 10 years ago, right? The red ring of death being a big thing from 05 to 08. But I wanted you to tell them about the normacy of how people would just be like, yeah, man, I bought a brand new Xbox and it red ringed on me again, dude, and I'm just gonna come in here and voluntarily buy another console due to Microsoft's incompetent ability to, like, you know, make a console that's not, like, you know, had too much shit and too small of a chassis or whatever. People just like willingly buy more 360s, right?
They would.
First off, yes, the 360 was shittily designed, and I did use the word shittily. Biggest problem was people thought they could run that system standing up because, oh, look, the picture shows it standing up. Oh, the box shows it standing up. Number one, you fuck the laser and you drive up. Number two, each Xbox had 3 different CD-ROMs in it at launch. A Samsung, I can't even remember the other two. LG, yeah. Samsung was the best one, and you needed that if you wanted to just not have any issues. But the other ones would just fuck up on you, like, at any time. And people would stand them up, and then falls the fuck over, breaks, and now it's your fault. No, it's your fault. The other thing is, people would stick those directly next to, like, their PS3 standing up straight, or they would stick them in this much space where there's no ventilation, so it's just exhausting heat back onto itself. Yeah, it's gonna overheat.
Oh, hey man, look, man, that's my entertainment system, my entertainment center, bro. It's got a nice little glass door. I close the door with my 360 on. What's the big deal?
How hot your TV get?
I don't know. My TV nice, bro. What you mean?
Your TV get just as hot as your Xbox. I know you feel it. I know everyone that has an old TV has had to turn that damn air conditioning on when that bitch started to heat up. Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. So yeah, this was Papega as fuck, y'all. But yeah, the back to the trade-ins though. I'm just getting started here, by the way. So yeah, so yeah, people were and I'm going to not touch on commissions here. That's a whole separate whole separate part here on the fun stuff thing. Commissions we'll get to later on because we got accused that a lot. But purely on the trade-ins here, best and worst. Yes, fat PS2s had to go through a very thorough process. I made sure about that myself. The expansion bay for the hard drive, I've seen things. I can't say I've ever seen weed, though I've been told people have found weed in them before.
Multiple times.
I have seen what I would say is so much fucking dust in a fat PS2 that the exhaust fan couldn't spin. Like it was weighed down, it was bogged down by so much fucking dust. It was like a fat old dude with erectile dysfunction trying to get his dick up for the first time ever. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
That grinding noise, Abbeville. I don't know if you were there. We turned. Oh my god, we turned the system on and it wouldn't start. Like it wouldn't start. The fans wouldn't kick on. I'm like, what? Why isn't this happening? What's going on? So plug it in a few times. Turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. Well, finally it kicks on and the fan spins. I don't know how many roaches shot out that fast, the back of that bitch, but they scattered. The fan was spinning and cutting them up like wings and legs, and roach ass was just flying out of it. Oh my god, we had to go next door, buy Raid, and spend the next 30 minutes behind the counter just like straight up Call of Duty, just murking these bitches. Just they were trying to climb in everything we had. It was disgusting. Look, this was the one customer that did not give me shit. He just took the PS2, put it back in his bag, and walked away. He knew what was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, roaches.
All right. So yeah, so that's the PS2.